So following on from the last video, now in a position to look at the lenses on them. So we'll see these lenses themselves, they're not exactly the most pretty lenses, so I've just put some white paper behind, you can see. So it looks like I've got overspray on them, and there's some scratches running down the lens itself, and just generally a bit tatty and not ideal for what you want in the car. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to quickly do these lenses and get them back to a perfect finish. So what I've got is literally a bowl of water with some wet and dry sandpaper in there. And just leave that soak for about 5-10 minutes. So I'm going to start with an 800 grade sandpaper. All we're going to do is keep it wet and just sand down the lens with the 800 grade. Personally, I don't think it makes any difference which direction you go. What you want to try and do is just remove all the bits of paint that are on there and any imperfections. Just make sure you keep it wet. As you can see, I'm just going over the whole lens. You can see the white coming off the lens itself. And this white is actually the top surface of the plastic coming off. So what you actually are doing is literally sanding down the plastic on the lens. And I've seen videos and I've seen people where they'll spend hours doing this. I've done it a few times and I've never felt the need to spend a lot of time on there. So you can see first pass. So let me wipe that off. What you'll have to do is wait for it to dry slightly. Because as it's wet, it always looks better while it's wet before it starts to dry. So just let it dry off a bit. And so that's the first pass with the 800 grade. As you can see now, the lens is completely opaque. So you've scratched all the surface of the lens. But what you have done is removed all the paint and hopefully the scratches that were in there. So what we're doing now is to go up to a next grade of 1000. So let me just grab 1000 out of the tub. Okay, so this is actually 1200 I'm going to use now. In exactly the same process, all you're going to be doing is going over the whole surface, keeping it as wet as you can. And again, you'll notice that I'm not massively pressing hard on this. I'm not doing it in any set direction, circular or whatever. I am just literally just doing a quick pass with that grade sandpaper. So that's a pass with 1200. Let's rub that off. What you should find is with every pass that you do, the lens should be becoming clearer and clearer. So let's have a look at that once it dries off a little bit. So you can still see even with the 1200, still opaque, but it's removed all of the paint and the scratches in there. So let me move on to, I think I've got a 2000 in here as well. Okay, so this one's 2000. Just do a quick sand over the 2000. And all you're doing is really sanding out the scratches every time you go up a grade. So obviously 800 grades is a more coarse, so you can have a lot more scratches in there. But as you move up the grades to finer and finer, you're actually polishing the lens. So that's with the 2000. See, it's starting to come a bit more clearer. So let's now go to 2500. And again, all you're doing, wet, give it a rub. So these are to be tinted and clear coated. So obviously I don't want any imperfections in the lens itself. Okay, so for me that is the last pass over of the sandpaper. And what's more important at this stage is that there's no scratches. So I don't know if you can see now, completely scratch free. Still slightly opaque. You can see a bit more detail through it, but it's not a massive amount. So the final thing that I'll do is I'm just going to use some polish, and I'm just going to whack a lump of polish on the lens itself. And get my old little sander. I've been after one a while, certainly for polishing the car. With this one, what it does is you got to be careful when you're polishing. If you do it too quick in the same spot, you'll actually burn the paint through. So you've got to keep it on a low speed, or buy an oscillating one. So the oscillating one, the head just doesn't just move around. What it'll do is it'll go around, but it'll also like circle as well. So it doesn't ever stay in one spot. So I'll just show how this does. So it's just basically get the polish on the pad, and then you can literally see that was about 5 seconds on there with the polish. And that's the lens now. Absolutely clear. No problems with it. And totally different to what we were. So again, not a massive job. Something well worth doing. And if you get the proper tools, it is literally a 5-minute job to do this. So thanks, and if this has been helpful, give the video a like and click on subscribe, and I'll be sharing more videos in the future. Thank you.